I said. Oh. I said. You. Oh. I said. You. Oh.
Yeah!
Yeah! Yeah!
Yeah!
Hello, everyone,
Yeah,
and
fuck
welcome
41st.
to the Star Wars: The Clone Wars Celebration
Sorry, kiddo.
live stream. I am your host, CAP, joined by the amazing High Council. Fortunately, Tasmanian Devil, aka Master Yoda, will be unable to attend today due to some personal issues that have come up, but he will be here in spirit to celebrate, and he has put a lot of time into helping make this effort possible too. So, welcome everyone to the Star Wars celebration. We have quite a few things to go over. We have some updates to go through, the Champions Cup to go through, and we are going to be sharing our roadmap for 2024 and sharing what big things will be coming to the server this year. So, lots to talk about. But before we move on to the future, I want to spend 5 minutes or so talking about the past, talking about what everyone just saw in the finale film. Obviously, if you're here from the finale film. Probably you may have just seen it, you may have not. Obviously, I want to talk a little bit about that because I know a lot of people are asking some questions and stuff. So if you have a question about the finale film, put it in chat and I'll ask it in case you're confused on anything. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about the 41st, a lot of people talking about Doom Unit. Obviously, we had to give 41st the send-off that they deserve, I feel like, by showing everyone finally how they died to begin with and giving a conclusion to Gree's character. I feel like that was a good way to do it, so I'm happy with how that turned out. So anyone on the council table, anyone want to share anything in regards to that while I see if we've got any questions based on that?
To the send-off of Gree?
Just to the film in general, everyone just saw you can speak about it now.
Oh, the film in general.
You can speak about it.
I mean, you know, like I said, oh no.
Oh
Get
dear.
rid of that guy.
I mean, with the movie, I mean, being able to work on it, I knew it was going to be really good. And like watching it before it got released, I was like, yeah, this is a good one. All the actors did really well, just trying their best, trying to fucking make sure it turned out well, and I'd say they did pretty good. 41st, if you're a fan of 41st, I guess that's a pack watch to you, but you never know what will happen.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, a lot of deaths. You know, it was definitely
a
one
lot
of
of
those,
people died.
violent ones that we've seen. One of the more violent films that we've seen so far. There was, obviously, we lost Gree. You know, rest in peace, Gree. We lost Kit Fisto. We lost Pre Vizsla, and we somehow lost the entirety of Delta Squad. You know, there was a lot of different deaths all around from both sides, really. And, well, you know, I think it was very interesting to watch how they died, too. Especially Grease was very unexpected. No one was expecting that at all. And, well, many people enjoyed Grease, so definitely a shocker.
Yeah. So, conclusion to 41st. Doom's story is not finished yet. Fisto, obviously, a very close person to Commander Gree. He was the general of the 41st on the server for some time, so for them to have one last fight together before the send-off was good fun to do. JT portrayed that character really well. Obviously, lots of Death Watch. That was kind of like a whole Death Watch movie. Like in the last one, we focused on SA. With this one, we focused on DW because obviously DW have a big part with them actually being the ones who killed the Doom Unit troopers to begin with. But as you saw in the ending, a few more Doom Trooper clones have been made, and they are. Are they back? We'll have to see. But first question to be answered. Everyone's like, "Oh, Pre Vizsla's dead." First question is, Mortal will be the new council member for Pre Vizsla. Obviously, with Pre Vizsla falling and Maul rising to the throne, we are going to be having Maul become the new council member for Death Watch. So Halo's going to get rebranded. GG's. Let's get a GG's in chat for him.
Do you got a name change, Halo?
So let's move on to the next topic real quick. I will say, though, really, but what a big tragedy to lose Previous. I really grew to like him. Now, of course, Maul being a lot cooler, especially his name, and he's very popular in all of. But I really grew to like Previous, and it's sad to see that he's gone now. But moving on to bigger
on
and
to this
better
guy.
things. So,
What a way to send him off, though.
who's Maul gonna be?
Again.
That's a great question, Cap. Who is gonna be Maul? I wonder who that is.
I wonder.
Halo's Maul, because he's still
Sure,
Could be you.
member. But
No, he means his.
I think he's talking about Toggle. Yeah,
Obviously-
Toggle will change into Dryden Voss.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But there we go. We already have replacements for who the general will be and whatnot, so that's all figured out. As for Pre-Vizsla, obviously he came into the server by killing off Doom, and he had made a big impact, and he had an interesting finale there. And obviously now Maul will take his spot, and we'll see where things go with Maul in the next chapter. Where we heard a few hints on what could be happening, and a certain someone mentioned a siege of Mandalore, so we'll see where that goes. That's enough on the Death Watch for now. Moving on, another group of stuff that went down that's not been looked at too much is obviously Delta Squad getting soloed by Cad Bane. So obviously Delta Squad aren't around anymore, so that's gonna leave an interesting space. Obviously Delta Squad had a big part in this lore and helping Commander Green and whatnot, but they eventually fell to Cad Bane. Obviously, if you can't tell, in this movie Cad Bane has so much aura because this guy is doing everything. So will be interesting to see what place Cad Bane has to play next, with him obviously having the Chancellor, him taking out Delta Squad, taking out Commander Grey, taking out Boss. Broyle's on fire, so we'll see what role he'll have to play soon. So obviously questions about RC. So unfortunately this is when we have to get a bit political and announce some unfortunate things. We have made the decision to remove RC from the server as as what it was, because a lot of people who were in RC weren't very happy with how it was going. We tried to do many things to make it work. If you can literally speak to anyone who helps lead RC or is in part of RC, they aren't happy with the way it's gone. We've tried to do many things to make it work, but it's just not working to its full potential. So we feel like having it in the server is kind of a wasted potential. We tried it didn't work, unfortunately. So we'd rather have the people who were running RC and whatnot do something that they could be doing better. For example, if we have someone in Delta Squad or something, they could be doing better things elsewhere, and would rather them have them in that position. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything onto that, because it's pretty important, but yeah.
So I actually have a question for UCAP about that.
Should I say it?
So with RC just being gone in general, does that mean that regiments can't have RC as a sub-regiment? Or is RC just gone forever?
Essentially, RC is still here.
Yeah.
Regiments can have it as sub-regiments, yeah. It just won't work.
And I got a question as well.
Do you think I should say what yeah? You think so, Cap? Are you cool with that? If I announce what's happening with the members
Yeah, that's cool.
of Delta?
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Well, with RCs, of course, being scrapped and losing all these members, Delta Squad and RCs will actually have to go home to where they were. Unlike Delta, they don't have a home. They were pretty much everywhere. So, that being said, I took it upon myself to speak to 2 of Delta members to bring them into my command team. So, kind of a big announcement for Marshall, probably the biggest Marshall announcement. I'm going to be having RC Boss as my Marshal Commander of Death Watch, and RC Sev as one of my commanders for Death Watch. I will be taking them into my regiment as well. A couple reasons why. They're good candidates. I need some of them too. High Command's been a little empty recently due to a couple people retiring from my reg, and bringing them into the reg will bring more diversity when we can spread out more work, get more things done, more leaders, and might as well give them a place to go. So yeah, congratulations to Mr. Ball for becoming Bo-Katan and Hades for becoming Ursa Wren. Yeah.
Right.
Pretty much.
Brilliant. And on the bright side of things, we've made another change. Obviously, we have noticed and we have heard, obviously, the 91st Recon Cups wasn't. It was interesting to change things up by bringing them in, but at the same time it wasn't as popular. So obviously, I'm sure it's no surprise to you by now that Doom Unit is going to be returning tonight. Tonight, as soon as we get a chance to, we're going to be adding Doom Unit back. And if you saw in the trailer, that is going to be their new base. That is SWTCW that's been built by Slider, so you can credit him for that. He's done an amazing job working with Taz and all them on making that map. Stressful, you want to say anything on Doom Unit?
Alright, with Doom Unit, I know a lot of people have wanted it back for a while, and now is the time. It's back, got a new map, should make things fresh, and it's going to be a good run.
Yeah. So, obviously, a lot of people love Doom. It's very popular on the server. Everyone was like spamming Doom before the movie even started. So, you go, your prayers have been answered. Doom Unit's coming back, W's. With SWTCW. So moving on, little announcement in regards to the Champions Cup. Obviously, for you league enjoyers, casual league enjoyers, we have got the Champions Cup that will be starting this weekend. It will be going on for, obviously, if you don't know how the Champions Cup works, it's a tournament bracket that involves all of the SWTCW regiments, but we're also, for the second time, we are also going to be allowing MFRP to tag in again. Obviously, we tried this last time, where we had MFRP tag in, play some games in the Champions Cup, and they have their own league now, so both servers have their own league, but for the Champions Cup we're going to kind of be combining again, so they're going to be tagging in there. So basically, this is the same as last time. The teams that got top 4 in league basically get to skip around in the tournament. They get to skip a bracket, play one less game than everyone else, and then the teams that got bottom 4 the bottom teams will go against an MFRP regiment, and we'll see who comes out on top of the Champions Cup tournament brackets. It'll be streamed, it'll be hyped up like usual. We'll see how it comes out. Obviously favourites right now will probably Shock or 91st, but usually we've had underdogs come and show some good performances, so we'll see if that happens, and we might even see an MFRP regiment shine, because they've really been looking forward to this, because they really enjoyed it last time. So that's another thing I'd like to thank everyone for allowing MFRP to have such a good time during that competition. I don't know if anyone wants to say anything else about Champions Cup before we, get the moves on, but the Champions
So I just want to say one thing about the team who won for season. I just want to congrats Shock. That they've been through thick and everything. Everything horrible, pretty much. Couldn't speak. Sorry. So I'm glad that they finally brought in the win for their regiment after many attempts, very close ones. And yeah, I just wanted to congratulate them.
Absolutely.
I think it'll be I thought it would be interesting to see who will win the Champions Cup this time around, considering recently Shock was beat by 91st in a league match, like a week before league ended. So we'll see if they come against each other in the probably semi or finals. See who comes out on top.
Interesting.
Absolutely. Should all be interested and it'll all be happening. I'll post the brackets and everything real soon. Obviously I've got a lot to post and sort out, so we'll get that done as soon as possible, in time and ready. So now you know that. Moving on, we're going to speak a little bit about the roadmap. This is going to take a lot of time to go over, because we've got quite a few things to go over. I'm basically going to go over things that are on the roadmap, but then once I've done that, I will just show you it all at once, so you can kind of like sink in. So yeah, this is some pretty big stuff, so you're gonna have to bear with me. So our roadmap, we've created a roadmap for updates that we want to add. We've had it since April, and we've planned it for May, June, July and beyond. the reason we've done, and we want to release it to the public, the reason we are doing this is because we want the community to be able to see what we are actually doing to make the server better. Because I can understand from a player's perspective, for the last year the server has been quite quiet when it comes to updates, and obviously recently there's all these council meetings that go on for ages, but what actually comes from it? So this is kind of our way of letting you know what's coming, what is coming, essentially. Yeah. I also understand that last year summer was quiet. We didn't really take advantage of summer the way we could have, but that is about to change this year because our entire vision is to have the server be a completely different place by the end of summer. We want to bring out big update. We want to, from now to summer, we want to keep up our momentum and then do loads of big things in summer that will make the server pop, and then just thrive from there. We want to have an entirely different vision. We want to make this our biggest year yet, update wise, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I will go over a few things one by one. So in April, we have got, obviously, for all of you who aren't aware, in April we had the debut of Doom's Last Stand, we had a new training update, we had the Battle at Tatooine, we had the Citadel, which was pretty big because we tested having 2 regiments on the same map for the first time. We got quite a lot of good feedback from that. A lot of people liked how that went, so that is something we're looking into. We might try and explore possibly having that done more in the future, having certain regiments work together to keep the base active, because I feel like that benefits everyone. And then obviously now we have it to where we're in Star Wars Week. We want to have Star Wars Week, and May the 4th is always a big thing for the server, so we wanted to do something good that can have the server thriving for a week to get some momentum, and then from this point onwards we want to keep that momentum. So this is the start of May, and then obviously we had the Jedi Temple update, we had the movie come out, and this is where things new are coming out. So for this month we're also going to be debuting a new lore story that will be shown as soon as this stream finishes. As soon as this event finishes, we're going to release a trailer for the new lore that will be starting soon. It'll be the sequel to Doom's Last Stand. We're going to be adding Doom Unit, like I've said. We're going to be adding Saleucami, like I said. Obviously, this isn't new news. We're going to be adding Star Wars missions this month. All of our focus will be going into Star Wars missions as soon as this week's done, so we're going to try and get that out as soon as possible. I've already mentioned I want to add more things to the server other than just map updates. Like when I was asked the question about pod racing in the pre-show, I explained how I wanted to make it to where there are more things for people to do in the server, more things for people to interact with and do with their regiments, rather than just having the Citadel and stuff. So Star Wars missions has been put together by Dry League and the Jedi build team. I know we spoke about this a lot during the last celebration, so I don't want to spend too long on it now. Do you want to give a quick 1 minute chat on that, Dry League?
Yeah, so basically, it's as good as done. It's just one major roadblock we now have to face, but once that is fixed, it's all ready to release, all ready to go. It's a pretty big project. There's a lot of things involved in it, and it's also going to be updated. First, there's going to be a few missions, and we're going to add to it basically constantly. There will be updates, there will be coming new missions, and it will hopefully get you guys all interested and gives you guys something to do.
Yeah. And then, obviously, in this month, we're also going to have the Champions Cup as well, which I've just explained. So, Star Wars missions, as time goes on, we hope to release more missions in, waves. And hopefully we can add more modes in the future. For example, if we ever want to do pod racing, which we've explored, and other exciting, other modes, we're going to explore that as well. So, yeah. And then moving, we've kind of done June and July together, because we don't want to say for definite that something's coming out in June and something's coming out in July, because it's too hard to tell. But obviously we want to have the Champions Cup's finals will take place in June. And then our next thing is we're going to be working on adding a Galactic Conquest mode to the server. For anyone who knows what Galactic Conquest is, you may know. I'm going to let K-Dog speak a little bit about that, because he's been working quite hard on that. So if you want to explain quickly what that is to everyone.
So the way we're gonna run Galactic Conquest is we're gonna have essentially a big map with right now we're running 9 planets on it. Half of them will start off as bad guys, so that's SWTCW. The other side will be Republic. Every weekend, this will be running the league off season. There will be raids happening on either of the planets, and whoever the winner is will then have control of the planet. And the ultimate goal is to have your side fully take over the galaxy. So we've got some Rec Room Studio maps like the Magito and the Jabba Palace that you saw in the movie, but then some of them are just old maps that we have had to take over, repurposed, and get ready for Galactic Conquest. So that should be quite fun. I'm excited to bring that one out.
So that's something new there, new made for people to enjoy. And on top of that, we're going to have another movie come out that, obviously, for the new lore that will be revealed after this. I'm not going to go into that too much because it's like too early to speak about that right now. And then we're going to be adding room progression. If anyone doesn't know what room progression is, it's like the thing that's in Make It to Midnight that allows you to have levels in like the room. So for example, when you join the server for the first time, it'll say instead of level 50 that you're level 1, and like by playing the server and participating in events you can level up. Then as you level up, you'll be able to earn like the Republic credits, like I spoke about in the pre-show and a year ago about play to earn, but we're finally bringing it to the server this summer, and I promise that. The reason why it's taken so long is because we've had it done for ages, we just didn't want to like release it. We feel like in summer now is a better time to release it, and we've been able to add more things to the idea that will make it better to release. Like if we released it then, it would have been dry, but when we release it now with room progression on top of it and a bunch of other things we're adding, we're going to that's going to be fun, so that should be exciting. Now this is the big thing. This is not something I want to speak about too much because it's like I don't want to reveal too much details right now, because if I did I would have to sit here for like half an hour. But we are going to be having a massive update, like probably one of the biggest updates the server's ever had, and it is titled SWTCW 2.0, and this will be coming in June or July. Yeah, that's that. We're going to be changing a lot of things. We're going to be switching a lot of things up. We're going to be adding so many features to make the server more enjoyable. And like I said, we want to make the server a completely different place. We want to truly be able to benefit and grow within Rec Room. So this whole update, when we speak about this update in council meetings, the word future is always on our mind. We want to secure a future for the server. We want to be able to have a future where we grow. This is securing that future, because once this update comes out, the room will fully be able to benefit we'll be able to fully benefit how Rec Room works, because we will have the server work in a way that will make it grow better than ever, have more trainees than ever, make the server more enjoyable than ever, more interactive than ever. Like I'm talking like being able to interact with the map finally, and being able to do a bunch of other cool stuff. Like this will all come with like the play to earn and room progression, because we want to like use circuits to the potential to do what we can with a room and everything. It will probably involve like one of the most like biggest maps we've ever made. But apart from that, I don't want to like speak too much on it, otherwise I'm going to have to like explain so much. But we're still in the early production phase of bringing that out, but the plans are there. So within June and July, you're going to completely see a huge update for the server that I'm so excited to work on and bring out with everyone who is helping with the build team and whatnot. And then I've got a little section at the end called Beyond, which has got like other stuff we're adding, which is map additions, new events, you know, the general stuff that you can expect. And the last thing I've put on there is a huge server expansion. And this is like, once we've dropped the SWTCW 2.0 update, we feel like the server will grow, and we feel like we'll be able to drop a pretty big update maybe a few months down the line. So I've titled that as a huge server expansion. So when we get to that point, we can discuss in more detail what that actually is. But for now, that is what it's codenamed as. So obviously a lot of big things to expect. So I'm going to like show the actual roadmap now on stream for everyone who wants to see it. And I've also got it in this room so I can drag it up. So that's the roadmap, chat.
Hey.
Yeah, lots of exciting things to expect. That's kind of everything we're planning to do so far this year. We feel like it's a lot of stuff we can bounce. It's a lot of promises to make, but we're going to deliver on them. We really want to make the most out of all this and bring out loads of interesting stuff this year. And we really want to have a memorable year. 2023, I will admit wasn't bad, but we want to make it up this year, and we really want to, like I said, we want to secure the future of the server and be the server we deserve to be and be bigger, because we're an amazing server. We're an amazing group of people. We've got probably the best and the most loyal community in Rec Room, and best community I could ask for, with some amazing council members. So I love it. But that's me on the roadmap. I don't know if anyone else wants to speak a little bit more about that, and we can have a break from my voice.
I mean, the roadmap is, I mean, just all this stuff in general. I mean, I know, like you said with 2023, it obviously, I know it didn't come to a lot of people's expectations on what they wanted, but I promise you, we are more prepared for this one. We're way more prepared for this roadmap, and in those super long council meetings where we're talking for hours and hours, we're talking about all these things that we're planning on adding, and it's like actually huge. I think you guys are really going to like the changes that we have planned for the server, and I think it'll help the server thrive to even greater heights than we've already hit.
Yep.
Server's been out for both of whatever 2 years. There's multiple things on here that is going to top anything we've ever done. So just kind of crazy to think about that.
Yep. So we want to deliver on a lot of things people are asking for, and that's what we're gonna set our promise to do. But yeah, that is that. So that's the roadmap. That's everything we're planning. Hopefully, next time we're sat here, we'll have made some progress. But it should be very exciting. So for all of you wondering what's going on behind the scenes, what's coming, we've got all this planned. So obviously we've had all this stuff going on in April, we've got all this stuff going on in May to keep our momentum that we've slowly gained back from this week. That I hope everyone's enjoyed, by the way, and I'm also going to be leaving a feedback form for this week, so we can get some feedback. And from now until SWTCW 2.0, we want to have all these big things drop and all these cool things happen, like the obviously Champions Finals and the Galactic Conquest and whatnot. That's all going to like keep people busy, and missions and whatnot. That's all going to be good things to drop while the big update's been working on. And then once, as our momentum picks up, we drop the big update in summer, server does well, we're all happy. And then when time goes on, we get bigger things happen, and it should allow us to truly achieve what we want the server to be. And I feel like I want to say a little bit more on the Hue server expansion, because a lot of you are probably wondering what that actually is, and I'm just going to say it's something a lot of people have asked for, so well, that's all I'm going to say on that. But we've got to call it wraps on the roadmap there before I run out of time. So yeah, that's that. The movie on there as well is gonna be pretty fun. The trailer that is about to debut will reveal that lore, and then obviously the movie will kick off before we drop the update. So if you liked the last one, we're gonna try and top that by releasing this one too. So that's that. Don't know if anyone else has anything they want to like talk about before we have to close up.
That just sums up, to be honest.
Involvement for the server, and I'm excited to see how everyone reacts to it. That's all I gotta say.
So we'll go. Obviously, I want to like show. Obviously, we want to tell. Obviously, we'd love to tell people more, but when the time comes, we will tell people more. But obviously, we can't tell people everything right now. Otherwise, we're gonna have to do a lot of explaining, answering questions. It'll be way too early. So, how would you all describe the update in one word? Like everything that's going on, like in the best way to like give them an idea on like what this actually is like. You know what I mean? That's no one word.
If I had to choose one word, probably insane. Like, it's just insane what we have
I'm
planned.
trying to figure out the word for it, but
Surreal.
No, but it's like
Community.
it's just
That's a big
like-
word first.
Yeah, fuck you.
I wouldn't say it's nostalgia, but I feel like it's gonna bring back a lot of, you know.
Alright,
Wait,
so we
good
have got to
feelings.
call it wraps there. That's everything we've got planned. I hope you all enjoyed that and are looking forward to it. I'm excited to start releasing some of this and sharing more in due time. I'm excited to bring out the updates we're bringing out today as well. I hope you all enjoyed the movie too. If you can't get enough of the movie, then make sure you watch the trailer that's going to be coming out like any moment now. So yeah, that's that. Thank you everyone for participating in Star Wars Week and being here. Can't thank you all enough. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Appreciate it, everyone.